viewers and listeners, welcome back to the second part of this conversation. I know last week's conversation kind of like got y'all thinking, like, damn, do I really want to move for love? I don't know about y'all, but I'm still thinking about it, though. So don't take my word for it. But as always, it's good to have you guys back. I still have my awesome people right here. We have Kailyn, we have J Rose, and we have Alexa. So back to the conversation, my awesome guests. So we have a lot of questions. I have some questions I'm going to ask you guys, and tell me what you think. And it all relates to this whole moving for love situation, right? First question. Do you see yourself being with that person for a long term when it comes to moving in with them or moving across borders or states with them?
I will have to see myself with them for a long time, for me to make that move. Because
that's the only way.
Yeah, if I don't see this going anywhere, I'm all right. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it's definitely long term for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that is true. And I'll give this is just a generalized example. Okay. So in 2019, I broke up with someone I was actually talking to. Okay. We were ready to kind of do what's next, but it ain't happened. And I actually made a post on Instagram, and it's still there right now. I said my next relationship will have to lead to marriage because I am not a product for free trial. Okay. I am not. And I went to a new relationship. I'm like, yes, this is going to be the one. And look at me now.
I know.
Oops.
I think that going into a relationship, you can't put the expectations too much on it because it puts pressure. Yeah. Honestly, so I'm not saying don't date to marry because definitely 100% date to marry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But don't go in it saying, hey, this relationship, this is the last one I'm going to be in. I'm either going to get married or not, because then you feel like you failed, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you failed if you don't. And you didn't fail, right? So you still, you're still young.
I look good. Hello, I look good for my damn self. I'll be fine.
So yeah, I don't know. I happen to be. I'm not flexing or anything. I just so happen to my second real relationship in my life whatsoever. I was still young, kind of when I met him. I was like, okay, I guess this is going to be my husband.
That's hard because he knew what he wanted, and a lot of times the men don't know what they want. That's the problem.
Yeah, they don't.
They can find a good woman, but either they have mental issues, whatever, they got issues, baggage, and they just don't know how to
toxic.
Or they know what they want, but they don't believe that they should settle down yet.
And I think, Alexa, you were actually making a point in the previous episode where you were talking about, how Kailyn shared, how someone's a very light sleeper, someone's it's a deep sleeper or whatever. You were trying to share something. Do you mind giving us this scenario? You don't have to give us all,
Yeah, I can tell you, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm a real ass kid. No, but for example, I was dating someone, right? And that individual who gets on my nerves now, can't stand his ass. Shade. Yeah, put it up, the shade. Anyway, this was someone who basically came up to me and stuff. And he made it seem like he was ready, right? Literally. He made it seem like it was very tricky because it's he only taught me how people can really tell you something, but
but can't really show you. They can tell you, but they can't really show you.
Yeah. So everything was going well, whatever like that, and then boom, one day it changed. And wait a minute, what's going on with you? Why are you acting like this? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can listen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was just out of where he changed, right? And then I'm just why are you wasting my time? And I told him from the beginning, do not waste my time because I don't like my time wasted. And I'm not gonna waste yours. I'm gonna tell you how it is from the beginning. And so,
yes,
yeah, I just don't. I'm very transparent, especially when I'm dating somebody. I just they don't want my time wasted. That's the exact thing he did. He wasted my time, and so basically he started not really texting back, if I wanted to, he wasn't communicating with me. So I guess he has some other issues, not with me.
That shit with a passion.
Personal issues.
Probably the whole family.
Probably. No, but he had a baby. He had a daughter. So.
Okay.
He already had a daughter.
Yes. And
I was like.
No. I knew the daughter and everything. I knew about her, but I guess he had issues with the baby moms. and I guess they had like some type of this discussion. I don't know. And he was basically like, he was mad at her, but also mad at me. Like, nigga, I don't want nothing to do with that. You know,
Well, that has nothing to do with you. So why is he?
So just to make.
Go ahead.
So just to make sure, this is not about me, right?
You have kids? I mean, we have kids.
I mean, I was going to ask if you had a kid too.
I mean, I just want to
I don't. Not that I know of. Nah.
Okay.
Not that he know of. You see what I'm saying? But
I'm ready to go.
Alex, stop, because you're doing too much right now.
All right, I'm chill.
But basically, that's a clear example of, you know, people, men that don't know. They think they know what they want, but they don't really know what they want, and then they waste people's time, and that's what happened to me. And I was just like, you know, now look, I'm just going, and you know what? It makes us women like move different, because then when I meet someone else, I'm gonna be very, very like, you know, observant, like, you know, making sure that they're not playing with me and stuff like that. And it's just
right.
Like,
you might even look into things way too much now, because like, don't play with me now, because I didn't. Yeah.
Well, that's good. So one other thing I actually know, it happened to someone I know, is they move for love. I was like, oh, that's so good. But guess what? It went down the hill. So I'm like, first of all, I was like, first of all, let me ask a few questions about this whole situation, because I'm like, one, was he taking good care of you? Two, was the sex that good for you to move your ass all the way to the other side of the country? And three, did he waste your time? And four, what are you doing now? Because she's still stuck on this Negro that is like, calm down.
So does she still live there?
No. She moved again. I don't know what she's doing. I mean, she's not really my friend. So but I'm like, I asked her, I'm like, I don't care how much the sex is good or not. I'm not moving for shit if we're not married, okay? Yeah. If we married or together, that's a different conversation. But if it's like boyfriend, girlfriend, just rolling up, bouncing around in the room, having sex all the time, no, we're not doing that.
I think those people don't have any boundaries set for themselves, because I can, like, you can have a good dick, but guess what? Baby, my boundaries are over here. So like, if you don't meet them or whatever, no, that's not happening. So
the only way I can see you doing that is not you specifically, but like a young woman, is if she's really moving for the adventure. Like if you're looking to get an experience and an adventure with a significant other that you're not married to, then okay. But take a trip. Don't move. Like that's so permanent.
I was gonna ask the question. I'm like, I think sometimes Kailyn, this doesn't really apply to you, but I was going to ask, would you travel together to see how you guys, for like a weekend or a trip together, to see the chance of you guys moving in together?
Yeah, I did it. I've done it.
Ooh, yeah. Alex, another flex? Just drop it.
I did it.
Just drop it. I've been on vacations before, so I'm good. Like, just drop your experience. I'll talk about mine.
The young lady I was dating in Jersey, like, just flew out here, and it was for my brother's wedding, so we spent that weekend together. And I even went out there to New York too.
At your house? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
I was asking.
That's a beautiful day. Beautiful day.
But I think in my experience, I learned not to bring. I brought it up because we talking about moving and stuff, but moving forward, I was just like, I'm not gonna bring up the house or anything. And it's kind of hard to, if somebody say, "Oh, who do you live with?" or whatever the case, like, what's your situation? It gets brought up. It gets brought up, but not in a flex type way. But I just say, hey, this is my situation, whatever. But I don't want people to be like, oh, he got this, he got that, and got this, and it's like really for the wrong reasons. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's my biggest thing too. But even on top of that, when I'm performing and people see what I'm doing, like next month makes a year, June makes a year of me being an entrepreneur. So people, oh, he's successful, he this, he's that, and I'm real careful. Just like how women are careful when they let men in their life, I'm careful with letting somebody in my life too.
That's for sure.
I think everybody should do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You should value yourself enough to be careful with anybody. I think more men should actually be like that, because they are like that when it comes to like just kind of basically financially, because they feel like sometimes women are out to get their money and stuff like that. But I just mean as like with their whole being, with everything that is them and everything that is an extension of them. Be careful, because you just energy wise, you just don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad you brought up money, because my next question is, would you guys be on the same page when it comes to like your money?
On the same what?
On the same page when it comes to money.
What you mean, like willing to?
Yeah.
Like, this is just my example. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, no, once I settle down, I'm going to take out certain things in the house. My wife will do certain things as well. Let's say I'll pay the mortgage. She'll probably do like the groceries and stuff for the house. That's cute.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like for me, one thing I actually said I was going to do in my... What happened?
You said you'll probably do the mortgage and she'll probably do the groceries. That's cute.
The groceries. I mean, that's just
okay.
me.
I don't know. That's
so I'm like, maybe because I feel like if we work right, this is in my mind. Okay, if we make, let's say, like out of your paycheck, right, it's 100%. I'm like, you know what? I would say keep 10% to yourself. Okay, in your personal savings account, your emergency fund, whatever you want to do it. Okay, we'll put 50% like into like a joint account. I also save 10% of mine. And maybe the 30%, we just figure out what we want to do with that. Maybe like a fund for like a trust fund for like the kids or something like, because I want to be even. I don't just want to be like, hey, just put all your money in this. No. Because I've seen that shit go left for a lot of people. Okay.
Honestly, finance is a big thing when it comes to relationships. Like me, I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't want. Okay, maybe when I get married again, I'll do a joint account, but I don't want to do no fucking joint nothing. I want to have my own money, and he has to have his own money. I feel like that's just me, though. That's just me, Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing.
Question though. Was the first one so bad for you that you're trying to be extremely cautious going into like a second marriage?
No, it wasn't that bad. I think it just, I just think it makes things much easier when you have your own money separate, and then I feel less arguments. I feel like as long as we're both, because this is my thing, I don't want my husband to pay everything in the house. Like, I think that would be like too much. Like, if I'm working, I don't mind helping. You know what I'm saying? He can pay the house. He can pay the mortgage and stuff.
That's yeah. I'm like, I'll do, yeah. And they'll do the groceries and the little stuff. Yeah. Yeah,
like, I don't want nobody to think that I'm just that person that, wants the man to just pay all the bills. No, never. Because I don't ever want to feel like I'm not also providing, for the household in some way. Huh?
Can I say something about that real quick?
Go ahead.
I used to feel like that. I used to be overly, what he used to call it, overly independent, or really unwilling to let people do things for me. I used to be like that. And it was an issue in my past relationship. And it was an issue initially in this relationship because he was like, why? He said, when he actually makes a joke, when he first started dating me, he used to love going on dates with me because I would always pay like for myself. And like, you would never have to worry about anything.
Independent woman.
Right. He was like, after a while, I just started asking you. I was like, fine, she want to pay for herself, whatever. But as we started getting more serious, it was something that I had to tackle because I was a very like, nope. And can I say nigga?
Yeah.
Okay. Ain't no nigga finna do nothing for me over the top because I don't want him to think that I owe him anything. Yeah. Because let's just, you do for you, I do for me. But now that I'm in a relationship, a loving, caring relationship.
Oh, she blushed.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's to have a nigga do everything for you, like everything, and like your money is pretty much. And what's gonna end up happening is as we progress in our marriage, things are gonna change, and whatever is perfect for the moment that like wherever we are financially in our relationship, that makes sense. But it just so happens that right now in our relationship, since we don't have no kids, where it's just us.
Yeah.
I work and my money is basically it's basically just my money. You know what I mean? And
because I would love to find a man that will do that. I'm not gonna lie. I want to feel spoiled. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I feel like every woman wants
it's a great feeling.
I give up.
I'm very independent.
I want me a woman who's gonna take care of me too. How about that?
No, because I do for him, all the time. But just because I do for him because I want to. I don't ever want to be in a relationship where I feel like I have to do for him or else the relationship is gonna fall apart.
Okay.
Yeah. But I do for him because why not? Like It's my husband, and he just so happens to be in a position where he could do for us. Like he can take care of everything, and it just so happens to be where we are right now. And it is a good feeling to feel like to feel provided for in a traditional sense, because I'm non-traditional in the sense that I don't feel like women are stronger than men. I just feel like in relationships, in old school relationships, the way our parents and our parents' used to do it, I used to wait, where's the remote? My TV just came on. It just busted. It just like literally came on. I'm so sorry.
No,
it's cool.
No, but in a traditional sense, in these old school relationships, the way they had it dynamically set up was the man was the provider and the woman pretty much did everything else. She bared the children. She was a homemaker. She also worked. Yeah. She also did, groceries. She also did housework, like tending to, like all the little things. And I just feel like, right. And I just feel like technically it was just too much on the women in my family, I feel like. The men in my family were great providers and they were amazing. They were emotionally supportive, which is very important. They weren't, but I feel like the take that we have on our more modern relationship, I like that. I like that he's modern thinking, but he still takes care of me in a traditional sense. And I don't feel like he's running over me. Yeah. I don't feel stuck like, oh my God, now I'm in this relationship. He's taking care of me. I can't do nothing. No, I don't feel like that at all.
Actually, happy, our conversation that kind of like went into that, because my next question was going to be, how do you share responsibilities? Pretty much we talked about it already, because, if it works for you, I mean, something that might work in like someone's house is not going to work in mine, but I'm a firm believer in it has to be even. I know some of my friends and family like, no, you need to do this. I'm like, I want it to be even, because you don't want to force someone to do more. I mean, no, I didn't do that. Okay. My patience is like, I ain't got it no more.
When you say even, you mean even like everybody feels like their needs are being met?
Yeah, like in a relationship, like I feel like I don't want to be like, okay, I'm the man of the house. So everything I do, no. We own the house. We are the head of this house.
We are, okay.
It's a unit.
Teamwork makes framework.
Yeah, I'm not about to do. Yeah,
you're not gonna come tell me.
Yeah. But okay, so if that's the case, I have a question. This is perfect. Okay, how do you feel about submitting?
Oh, swing low.
Listen, I'll submit. I can submit. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
At all. I think it all depends on, like I said, the man. Like, you have to make me submit to you, though. I can stand a man that demands things. Like, and that happened to my ex in my past relationship, my past marriage. Like, who was very demanding. Like, you have to do this. Like, you're not going out. Like, who are you talking? And then I'm a Taurus, so we, I don't let nobody tell me.
We gonna be out regardless.
I'm still out. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's all about how you approach me, how you talk to me,
and the tone, how you deliver.
The tone.
I look at submitting both ways. Like, I look at it like me driving a car and my wife telling me the directions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we both.
That's a good way to think of it. Yeah, we ain't going nowhere without either one of us.
Either one of us. You know what I'm saying? So
okay, and it's okay. Go.
That's a good analogy, because I think that's really how it's supposed to be. I don't think it's just like, oh, I'm the female, I have to do everything you say. Because a lot of times men feel like they don't have to listen to us, I guess, or like whatever we say is not important.
Yeah, they don't. Sometimes they don't value.
But it depends on the men too. I think it all depends on the the level.
100%.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I said with me, I'm like, everything has to be even. We are doing this together. It's like, I
was gonna bring it back to moving for love. I was gonna say, if you submitted to your man, then I think that moving would be like a decision that you guys both make, and not I'm moving, are you coming with me type thing? Because I'm already gone. Like, I've already made the plans. I've already decided. Like, you're moving for love. Are you moving because you feel like you have to move because we're going anyway?
Brings us to this next question, though. So
it's like I know your questions. It's like,
it's like, if you buy a house or you get an apartment, are you guys gonna have your names on it, like together as a couple?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Some people don't want to do that. So and that's one thing a lot of people keep asking about prenups. I don't really like it. I don't want to sign one. I don't want to do one.
Like, you don't believe in prenups?
I don't, because I don't. I mean, my family, I've seen like I don't.
I do believe in prenups.
Ooh, look at my face. I forgot.
The reason why I don't believe in it is because I feel like once you do a prenup, it's like you setting yourself up for failure. It doesn't work for everybody, but personally, I don't want to do one.
Listen,
I'm not gonna do one, but I can see.
I think I only believe, before I got married, I didn't believe in it, but now that I'm divorced, I believe in it. You know why? Because I feel like I become a successful woman, like you know, let's say I make a lot of money or whatever the case may be. You know, I just don't want to feel like, because marriage is a business, y'all, and divorce, all these things coming like, oh, now he gotta take my house, or now he gotta take this, now he gotta let's not split up. I love you and everything, but just in case, you know, I just feel like it's
just
like,
in case.
Look at Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, like they got a prenup.
I mean,
they got a lot. Well, okay, so they both are very.
That's what I'm saying.
Rich.
Wealthy. Yeah, wealthy.
So they both have interest as to why they would want to keep, you know, whatever they have earned. But I feel like when you're in a relationship and one person has a lot more than the other, then I do feel like prenups can be divisive. Because what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that in the incident that we live all this time together and we've put all this energy, not necessarily money, but energy into this relationship equally, that in the end, you're going to want to just take everything that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you saying?
Sometimes divorce don't go just smooth. There's people that are great.
It goes.
And they can leave you they can leave you with nothing. I'm without nothing. So I don't know.
It makes sense.
In a business side, like, you know, because, you know,
I think it's always like that for the person with the money, right? The person with something to lose.
Yeah, because you're not sure.
Yeah, because you said what?
Yeah, you're not sure.
You're not sure.
Me?
No,
I'm talking about like the person with the most money is not sure. Like, why are you with me?
Yeah, right. Oh, you saying you from a personal because
Like how you said you got you got your house and stuff like that, whatever. You don't. Sometimes you want to be careful with who you come up. You know, who you
and
bring
that's true. But you know, this is just my belief. I'm like, you know what? If you want to be greedy, if we get to the point without a prenup and you want to be greedy and take whatever you want, I'm gonna let you have it. But guess what?
That's kind of how I see it too.
But guess what? You have to pay for it. It's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Yeah. Trust me.
God see everything. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So that's just.
And I also feel like, and this could be because I don't have any children and because I haven't put the time and effort into our marriage yet. I've put some time and some effort, but just not, it hasn't been 20 years, right? And I think because it hasn't been 20 years and 3 kids in, I'm like, whatever with a friend, I'm like, whatever, because I don't see myself, if we ever get a divorce, God forbid, I don't see myself being like, you know what, nigga, I won't have. I don't see myself, because I just feel like, you know what, if you as a person, you don't feel like I deserve anything, well, fine, take it, go, because I don't want to have nothing from a person who is that kind of person anyway. And I don't fancy myself marrying a person who is like that. I know people change, but I don't feel like he's just not that kind of person.
Yeah, I'm not like that too.
He'll never be like, nah, bitch, you don't deserve nothing.
I have one final question.
You better not.
And it says, how would you guys handle conflicts?
Like conflict?
I don't like conflict.
Yeah, so. I actually go fight.
Okay. Or you mean like just problems that arise?
Yeah, okay. Problems, not like go through your hands. Like we're not doing that.
I already have this like nonchalant, laid back, demeanor to me or whatever.
I was gonna come over with a joke and laugh.
That'll be it. I'd probably try to make a joke out of it or something. But at the end of the day, maybe at the end of the week, before it even builds up to you where you want to yell at somebody, or at the end of the day, just say, "Hey, babe, let's set aside Sunday or Saturday to sit there and talk for an hour or two about how our week went or something like that, or what gets on your nerves, or whatever the case may be. We could just sit down and talk and have an open discussion, have that uncomfortable conversation.
That communication is so important.
I think it's all about, living putting your pride to the side and like literally like just
resolve.
When you're in a relationship, you have to you cannot have pride and all that.
And they having that pride. Yeah, I am a very prideful person, and that's one thing I am learning to change, because oh my gosh, it ruins a lot of the conversations that we have, because halfway through the conversation, I'm realizing I'm wrong. But I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
Okay. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. That's the point.
My POV, like, because I'm just gonna finish this conversation and then later on I'm just gonna be like, what you want to eat, you know, like. but I realized that's a childlike type thing about my personality that I'm working. Because maturity will tell you that even with that pride, it is okay to be wrong.
Yeah.
It is okay to I guess yield the conversation and be like, you know what, I'm gonna pick my battle, and this is not gonna be one.
Yeah.
You know, not to say that person's POV is not important, but just to say that this ordeal is not important enough to be angry at your spouse over. But yeah.
So just for listeners and viewers, think about what is a POV as point of view, just so you know. No,
sorry.
You know, not everybody. People are slow. Yeah. I have been slow sometimes. So yes. So wrapping it up. So in actuality, right? What we actually mean is, you know, it can be levels to like things to think about before moving in with someone, or to like, you know, build a life knowing it's going to be like this. Like you said, Ken, like you guys don't have kids right now, so it's like life right now is different. It's kind of like woo 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 woo. But once the kids come in, I know. It's going to be a whole different conversation. It's going to be different because, you know, you have kids. I mean, people go through like changes in their bodies and stuff sometimes. It's just a lot of things that happens. So I think it takes time, understanding, you know, having that open communication, because communication is my biggest, like, oof.
Yeah, that is important.
I would drag somebody with that, okay? If you're not, you want to be dragged? Yeah, you know, but I am a firm believer in communication. I mean, thank you guys so much for sharing your perspective. I mean, this has been fun.
Yes.
Before we sign off, any last messages for the people who are thinking about moving in for love? Alex, I'm going to start with you, Alexa, and Kailyn. So there we go.
For the people that want to move for love, I would say take your time, be friends first. That's the biggest thing for me. Actually be friends and get to know that person. To me, I think that's why I did long distance relationships, because I wanted to get to know that person outside of like sex and stuff like that. So actually get to know that person and be friends with them.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing, Alex. You take your time. Really take your time. Because sometimes when things are going so good in the beginning, you know, women tend to like get hype and, you know, we like, oh, this is going well, let me just move. Like, don't do that. Take your time and like really get to know that person, like you said, because you don't want to make a move and then regret it later.
Regret it, yeah. That's one of those, I don't think anybody want to do that. Okay, Kailyn, the one and only one who moved for love, you know, all the way to boom boom.
So I would say that weigh your options. If you are moving because you feel like you have to move, then I think that's not a real reason, because you don't want to feel cornered or like you don't have an option, because you do have an option. And if a person is making you feel like you don't have an option, that's a red flag. Don't move.
Yeah.
That's
okay. That's actually a good way to put it. So once again, thank you guys. And thank you guys, my listeners and viewers, for tuning in to listen to this episode of Saturday Shade. Please don't forget to join the hashtag Saturday Shade. And don't forget to follow us or send us your questions on Instagram, Saturday Shade, or on Twitter, Kabutey. And thank you guys for your special shout outs. And thank you guys for all your perspective. It was really needed. So shout out to everyone. We'll be back here with some more episode of the Saturday Shade. Saturday Shade, it is all about the fun.